wherever you are, I'm gonna find you. If you're posting shitty content like this, I'm gonna find you. And I'm gonna smash the shit out of you. All right? That's a promise. Hello everyone and welcome to the Flexibility Guy Show. I'm your host, the Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia, and in this video I'm going to be talking about three main things, alright? So the first one, flexibility training. I do want to talk about flexibility and why most people can't improve their flexibility. There's one single detail, one single thing I do want to talk to you about, alright, today, that most people miss, in my opinion. It's really important in flexibility training. Second thing I do want to talk to you about is the TikTok videos. Again, all right, guys, I got a lot of TikTok videos from you. Of course, I take a look at TikTok videos and trends, etc. There's a lot of shit out there. A lot of shit. Today we got two flexibility videos, and I'm gonna be watching them with you and trying to say something about them. Third thing, your questions. All right, so I'm gonna answer to your questions here. All right, 3 of your questions. All right, guys, so get ready to start. Let's start this episode. The Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia. Alright guys, so first part, flexibility talk with me. So let's talk about flexibility training. When it comes to flexibility training, there's a single concept which is stretching. So we do want to increase our flexibility through stretching, but stretching is just one single piece of the general picture, because you can also increase your flexibility by, I don't know, squatting, by going to the gym, performing wide range of motion exercises. Also, those are exercises that can really improve your flexibility. But today, I do want to talk about stretching, about passive stretching. A lot of people think about passive stretching as staying in a position, just staying there, you know, and trying to increase their flexibility level there just by staying in the position. But this has to be clear to you. So when you are in a flexibility position, you have to think about this. You do want to apply some kind of progressive overload. All right. So in weights training, there's this concept that you do want to make progress by applying some kind of progressive overload to your muscles. This means that if you start on day one lifting a weight, which is, I don't know, 10 kilos, 20 pounds, or something like that, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years, you do want to increase that weight. I mean, it depends what kind of exercise you do. You may increase that weight by a lot or by a little, but you want to make sure to increase the weight. Otherwise, you want to make sure to perform more repetitions of that precise exercise. Or you do want to slow down the tempo. You do want to perform the repetitions in a slower or more controlled way. So you do want to apply something, all right, in order to make progress. You may know a lot of people who, I don't know, maybe go to the gym and they've been doing the same kind of exercises for I don't know, for a decade, and they've not been improving. And why is that? Because they've been doing the same kind of things throughout the years without ever making any adjustments. I mean, you don't have to make an adjustment each and every day. It doesn't work like this. But throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years, you want to make adjustments in order to make progress, you know? And in weights training, this kind of concept is really clear, because you can apply something, but what can you do in flexibility training? Now, in flexibility training, you got other variables, but you still got variables that you can change to make flexibility gains. Now, think about intensity, how strong you feel the stretch. This changes a lot, all right? So when you are in a stretching position, you do want to make sure that progressively you can stay with more ease in the position, all right? But you got to be aware of this. And a lot of people just stretch because they have to, not because they want to, not because they pay attention when they are there, all right? So start paying attention to your stretches. Try to feel how you are feeling the stretch. Are you feeling comfortable there? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling relaxed? Maybe when you start a stretch, like day one, you feel the stretch really hard. Then day 2, day 3, day 4, day 30, day 60. On day 60, you want to make sure that the sensation is different. There's kind of a progressive overload, all right? The muscle is being stretched, but the same kind of intensity is being applied, but you are feeling better. Now, you don't want to feel too comfortable in a stretch, all right? So you do want to make sure that throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the days, you constantly increase the intensity of the stretch. And beautiful concept I want to use here, like in a split, for example, you got those yoga blocks or some kind of supports under your legs, right? If you lower down the supports, this means that you're making progress, all right? Now, I mean, as I said, it has not to be something that you are obsessed about, but it's something that throughout the weeks, throughout the months, you do want to make sure, like, yeah, you know, take them supports a little closer. Just lower down the supports a little. Make the exercise harder. All right, you want to make sure to apply some kind of progressive overload. Otherwise, you can also increase the sets. So for example, if day 1 you perform 1 or 2 sets of a stretching exercise, on day 30 or after a month, for example, maybe you progressively want to perform 2 to 3 sets. Maybe you want to add 1 or 2 sets. This is going to increase the total amount of time you spend in a stretch. Also, the duration of a stretch may change. For example, on day 1, you may hold a stretch for, I don't know, 20 to 30 breaths, all right? On day 30, after a month, you want to slowly increase to 30 to 40. All right, so also the duration of the stretch in seconds. For example, you start with 30 and you slowly reach 60, for example, all right? So you want to increase the amount of time you stay in a stretch. Now, all these things should help you achieve a better stretch. So you do want to increase your flexibility, and you do want to use something to do that. Because there's no point in just staying in the exact same positions each and every day. Of course, you're gonna feel better, but it's not as easy as that, all right? Because one stretching position may feel uncomfortable forever if you don't think about, okay, now I want to create in my body a condition that will force my body to make a change. Let's say you're going to lift a 10-kilo dumbbell, all right? And there's not the right kind of amount of weight for you, all right? In order to grow your biceps, you do want to find the right weight, all right? In stretching is the same. You constantly want to find the correct stretch, the correct amount of stretch to create a condition in your body that allows you to make gains, all right? It's the same. So each and every time you stretch, connect your brain to your body and think about, all right, I do want to find the correct amount of stretch that will create in my body the condition for which my body wants to change. There's the reasoning, all right? So this is the concept from today. We have to learn today. In stretching, we want to apply an overload principle, all right? We want to progressively overload our body. And this means that we're going to make the stretches harder. We're going to be staying more in the stretches. Whatever kind of variable you choose, maybe you can use also a mix of all the variables I listed right now. But you want to make sure to use something to get better at your flexibility practice. And especially, you want to be aware of this. Awareness is the first most important thing. All right, guys? Now, let's talk about the TikTok videos, part number 2 of this video. All right, guys, so part number 2, let's talk about the influencers' videos on flexibility training, all right? People who try to teach the splits, maybe they're doing their best. I don't know. I think not. Because I'm doing my best and I've written, 500 pages of books, because that's what people need in order to, increase their flexibility, and not a 30-second video where this girl wants to teach you the splits. Now, let's have a look. So the 3 stretches that got me into the splits. So the splits, 2 splits, front split and side split. Am I right? Now, there's a front split, so no side split. So into the split should be. All right, but okay. Okay, so the first exercise is a lunge. Hold each one for 30 to 45 seconds. Well, for me, it's not enough. But okay, so the first one is the lunge. The second one is a hamstring stretch with the leg a little bent, with the back curved. So you're not stretching your hamstrings, you're stretching your back here, my lady. And the third one is another, it's exactly the same. The back curved again. So you're not stretching your hamstrings, you're stretching your back, your middle back here. But since you are really flexible, I think you have always been really flexible, you can do the splits. So the best time to stretch is after working out, when your muscles are warmed up. Now the phrase is, the best time to stretch is when your muscles are warmed up. So you can also warm up, don't work out. Yeah, just warm up, do the stretches, and you're good. You're good. All right. So 3. I don't wanna say kind of totally wasted exercises, because I do think the lunge is kind of good. The hamstring stretches are not like, the technique is shit. And there are 2 hamstring exercises, just 1 lunge exercise, and here you got your splits. Fuck you. This is kind of a really crap video. Now, let's have a look at the second video. Want to get your splits, but you're a beginner. All right, yeah, I'm a beginner. What should I do? Keep watching. All right, I'm gonna keep watching. Seated forward fold, hip stretch. Why is that for the splits? This is not for the splits, okay? Seated wide leg passive fold with bolster. So there's a pancake stretch with a pillow, with something under your chest. Of course, if you're a beginner, of course you can do a pancake stretch with your back perfectly straight, of course. Then you're gonna make some hip circles. You're a beginner, of course you want to make your hip circles. Totally a total waste of time. Then you want to make a frog pose, of course, on the floor, with your knees on the floor. If you are beginners, your adductors are like wood, all right? So you go into a frog stretch. You're not gonna open shit, but of course you're gonna perform the frog stretch. All right. Yeah, I'm a beginner. I'm gonna keep watching. The standing pancake. You want to perform the standing pancake. This might have sense. I gotta say, this might have sense. This has sense. You want to perform the Malasana yogi squat. I call it a squat. A little wider than a squat, but it's still a squat. So you want to perform a squat and move from side to side, and that's it. You want to perform the splits and you're a beginner. Squat, frog pose, standing pancake, some shitty hip circles, a pancake again on the floor, which is totally impossible for beginners, and a forward fold with 1 leg bent and 1 leg straight. This is shittier than the first one. This is really bad. This is really bad. How shitty is it? Once you get your splits, again, the splits, we got the front split and the side split, and you're showing me the side split, so I want to get the side split, and you can't do the side split, but you give me 6 exercises, which are totally shit, to increase nothing. So bad. Guys, on TikTok, we can really find crap. So be aware, watch out for these videos. If you need information, also free information. I'm not. This is not like a something that I want to say because I got books, etc. You got plenty of free resources online. Come on, guys, invest a little bit of time learning something rather than just scrolling down 1.5 minutes. This lady wants to. Maybe she's doing her best. I repeat, I don't know. I'm not against the person. I always want to say this. I'm not against the person. I'm against the content. And the content is shit here. The content is shit. Again, the content is shit. So bad. So guys, for this week, these 2 videos, I think then this is enough. This is enough, all right? If you got more videos to show me, send them to me wherever you want. I'm gonna keep looking at you. I'm looking at you. TikTok community, Instagram community, whatever. Wherever you are, I'm gonna find you. If you're posting shitty content like this, I'm gonna find you. And I'm gonna smash the shit out of you. All right? That's a promise. All right, guys. So part number 3, your questions. Let's talk about your questions. So I got one here, which is really interesting. Stretching before, after workout, or entirely workout for stretching? Good question. So I do think that before you can do all 3. All right? All 3 are really good. Before you work out, you want to keep it short. 10 to 15 to 20 minutes maybe. Dynamic stretches combined with short static stretches. That's the best thing you can do. After workout, excellent. You can stretch. If you got time, you can also stay there maybe an hour, 30 minutes. It depends. But you are relaxed. You don't have something to do after, so you can better relax. Stay in the static stretches, apply PNF stretches, use weights, etc. So you can really increase the intensity of your stretches. And this goes like completely the same for the kind of separate, like specific workouts, all right? It's totally the same. After your workout or for specific, let's say specific workouts, you can do both. I think that people should combine these kind of activities before the workout, after workout, and specific training, flexibility training sessions, depending on the needs, all right? So it all depends on your needs. They all work very, 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 very good, all right? Also combined together. Now, the second question is this. Do you train handstand every day? So we're talking about handstands here, a slightly different topic here, but I think it's good because you got an answer here. So yeah, I do train handstands each and every day, except for 1 day per week where I totally rest, all right? Because I'm, let's say, fuck it up a little, all right? But I do think that repeating the skill is important. Some days are shit, some days are good, some days are bad, but you know, that's how it works. You do want to make sure to keep things running, all right? And to keep practicing. It's like playing the guitar, playing something, playing the drums. You do want to keep your mind fresh. You want to keep your mind at it, all right? And the more you do it, in instance, physically speaking, you do want to make sure you're resting enough. But I've reached a point where I think I got the situation figured out. So some days I'm tired more than others, depending also on how I sleep, etc. But I try to practice each and every day. Some days are shit. In those days, I try to think, all right, I'm just going to take it a little easier, etc. But I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. I do want to work on it each and every day. So yes, I do train handstands every day, except for 1 day per week. All right. The last one. Who inspired you to do handstands and flexibility? My flexibility kind of inspiration was the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he was standing in a split between 2 chairs. That was amazing. And then he made an ad for the Volvo trucks, between 2 trucks. You should check it out. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out right now. All right, right now, open YouTube, type down Jean-Claude Van Damme Volvo trucks. You can see him staying between 2 trucks with his feet on the trucks. And then the trucks go straight and then they turn a little and he goes into a split and the trucks stay right over there and they continue moving forward. And he continues like staying in a split, moving forward with the trucks. Guys, I can't name something more beautiful than that. I love it. And it's still my inspiration. Yeah, after so many years, I do think that if I think about flexibility and I think about something dope, something beautiful, that video, top one for me. All right? So these are your questions I want to answer in this episode. All right, guys, it's been such a pleasure. We've been talking about flexibility training and how to apply progressive overload. I do hope that those concepts right over there are going to help you find better stretch to make flexibility gains and to increase your flexibility. Then we have analyzed some TikTok videos, and yeah, justice has been made. Let's say this, all right? And then I got the answers to your questions. If you got any more questions for me, whatever, write them down in the comments down below, all right? I'm gonna be more than happy to have a chat with you guys, all right? So that's all for today's Flexibility Guy show. I'm gonna show you all the kind of secrets about flexibility training, handstand training, my life, my thoughts, and also my analysis to the influencer videos throughout this weekly show. All right? I want to thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you so much. See you soon. Have a nice stretch. If you want to stay in the loop with the Flexibility Guy and you want to have my weekly news, you want to have my free videos, you want to have my free webinars, you want to know when I publish my books, etc., you want to make sure to be on my email list, all right? So all you have to do, you click on the link in the description down below, you join my newsletter, and each and every week you're gonna have my email, my personal email with all the news, all right? So click on the link down below and join my newsletter.